Okay, welcome back today. 48, maybe. I think I said the wrong date last time. But I think I thought, yeah, I think this is 48. But yeah, so so the reason why I'm not putting the headphones on, even though I'm sitting here, I do have allergies, A, but B, which you don't care about anyways. The reason why I'm not is because I think this ear is infected, and I don't know if putting my headphones on will affect that or not. So I'm just not going to. Yeah. But I'm going to the doctor technically today. I'm going to the doctor today to get that to check it out because it's not good. And I have my first appointment next week to talk about pretty much my wellness, so I can have the start transitioning, I guess. I also need to do blood work because they need to check to make sure my liver and kidneys and all that nonsense are still good, because I haven't done that in a while because, you know, pandemic. Yay. So yeah. Yeah, they were asking me a bunch of questions like you know, what's your gender identity, what's your sexual orientation, which was really funny to me because, well, not that one, the first one, the gender identity, because I'm like, I'm a trans, you know, trans guy, I'm assigned female at birth, and the lady was like, oh, okay, I'm filling out this piece of paper, so you're a cis man? And I was like, no. And that's really funny. Apparently they did have the option for non-binary, which I did think about doing. I don't know. Maybe I'll like update it. I don't really know which one. Usually I just go with trans mask, but you know, that's not really an option. The other thing is, one of the questions was like, have you started like affirming, you know, different gender, like transitioning to whatever. So I'm like, yeah, I chose a new name. Yeah, I dress masculine. But when she asked, like, do you dress masculine? I'm like, well, I mean, like, technically I painted nails. Would you guys, like, would she not be okay with that? I don't know. Would she be not okay if I wore a skirt? I don't. I only have, like, 2 skirts. But, like, some of my tops are very feminine. Crop tops and stuff. So I'm like, would you count that against me if I did dress feminine? You know what I'm saying? I might take off my nail polish, which I'm like, I don't know, because I really do like them. But on the other hand, what if they say something? What if they think something? Because my body looks very feminine. Pretty much that's code for I got big bazooners. But I don't, and that doesn't mean anything either, but I don't emphasize them, and I don't, I don't know, just it's not really something that I try to emphasize. It's not something that I, like, that's why I'm reaching out, is that I don't want them, but it's not something that, like, they're too big to bind. I have tried binding multiple different binders, multiple different situations, multiple different tops with the binders. It doesn't work. My rib cage and then plus my chest, it doesn't work. They fall right out the bottom, so you're like, maybe get the longer shirt, but I don't know. Maybe I'll try an extra whatever amount of money down, you know, I don't know, because the G2B2 binders, they're kind of expensive. Maybe I should have went with long one. I don't know. Maybe that would feel more secure, but I don't know. Sorry, there's a bug trying to land on my phone. But, so I'm scared if I show up tomorrow for my ear infection or my ear problem and I have pain in nails, would she be like, are you sure? You sure you're trans? You sure? And I don't want to risk that. I mean, already she is really way more progressive. Like my other doctor I came out to, well, she wasn't the actual doctor, she was the doctor assistant. She did not know what trans meant at all. I had to, from point A to point B, had to explain it to her. So at least having it be in the system, having it have a sheet of paper for it, that was way more than the other places had and other doctors. But yeah, that's next week. How is there a bug in this room right now? Like, seriously. So, yesterday, no offense to Ethan, he has a little on the neck, weird long hairs that are like, I don't know if they would grow as long, but they grow, and he shaves them apparently off when he gets a haircut. However, with that, we were watching something else, and there was a guy, and he had like hair on his back. It was not much, but my sister hates body hair in general, just body hair in general. She hates it. She hates the idea of it. So what happens is, with me, I don't shave. Like, I have long leg hair, long armpit hair. I don't shave. I do have like a little razor, and then I go for my sideburns and my mustache, but especially my sideburns, I actually, like, I get really hairy right here. A lot of long blonde hair, but I do. And I find it fun to just, anyways. It's not necessary, it's something that I personally like doing. I don't like shaving my armpits, I don't like shaving my legs. So, I'm scared if I do get like a beard, where will that fall? And it's also something that's kind of weird because it's nothing that I ever, growing up, I never thought that I could have a beard. So the fact that I feasibly can, it's kind of trippy for me because, like, I want it. However, it's like something that I never thought actually having. It is like a reality. No longer a fantasy, but a reality that could happen. Anyways. So what happened is, when we saw the person with the back hair, my sister's like, hey, if you start getting back hair, like, you want me to wax it off for you? And I was like, no, I don't think I would want that. Like, it would be awful. I do not want that. However, I don't think I would want you to shave it or wax it. Like, she wouldn't shave it, she would wax it off. You know? I don't want that. You don't get exfoliated from saunas. You don't. Yeah, earlier I leaned my head like this way and slightly back, and my ear kind of started crackling and crackling and crackling, and my, like, this eye, because of all this, just started crying, and I'm like, this is not fun. But my doctor wants to check to see if it's like another issue instead of actually being like an infection. So that's why I have to go in, which is annoying. I don't want to do that. I also don't want to get COVID. The new cases are ridiculous, especially after the holidays of Thanksgiving. And then with Christmas, I'm assuming it will go. It's interesting that the likes to dislikes ratio, I don't think changed at all on this video, which is kind of interesting. I have to remember that this chair has allergies on it, and I'm not going to remember when I want to play on this computer. I'm going to forget. That's going to be a bummer. However, tomorrow I do need to go out anyway, so maybe it should be fine. Yeah, these nails look nice. On the other hand, these two fingers, these little pinchy fingers, they are cracking and chipping, so I don't know what I want to do. Do I want to take them off? I kind of like the color though. I don't know. Do I want to? Do people think it is gender restricting to wear nail polish? I don't know. The reason why my hand's here is because I'm trying to keep it allergy free. How expensive are Mark shoes in this video? I think kind of expensive, but I don't know for sure if it's kind of expensive or really expensive. I guess for me, shoes above any price is really expensive. I really like cheap shoes. Well, I don't like cheap shoes. I like getting cheap shoes. My pairs of shoes were gifted, thrift store. They're not dirty. Tag on. Well, tag on one of them. The other one were highly different boots, and I washed that out. Disgusting. However, Harley Davidson boots, Doc Martens, everything. Just put on Timberland. But like, thrift store, never worn, sales exclusively, so I guess I can't really judge if they are really expensive shoes, because like Doc Martens and stuff, freaking Harley Davidson boots, $100, $150, $100 more. So I can't really complain, because if someone looks at my shoes, they'd be like, how much did you spend? So I can't really say anything, I guess. Yeah, when I was on the call earlier, put the phone up to this ear, the one that's like in pain, so I couldn't hear her, and she has a French accent, so I was like, oh, what? And then finally I switched it to this ear, and I'm like, oh, I can actually hear you. My bad. You ever get a song stuck in your head, but not a full song, just like 2 beats of a song? Because I listen to Corpse's music, and I'm like, I want to listen to Corpse's music. So when I listen to it, and just the one, I think it's from Miss You, the song, I don't know. There's that one chunk lyrics, like one sign of lyrics is in my head, and then my brain just goes, music time, and just every other music, it just swarms in and just slaps you in the face. Like, no, you don't hear the rest of his song, just that one line, and then random nonsense. That's it. Dog toy. Yeah, since I haven't been to the doctor in a while, I'm like, should I mention everything else that goes on with me, or should I just mention trans and ear problems? Should I mention being afraid of having Tourette's? Should I mention being scared of having other things, or just stick with the ear and being trans? Okay. 48.